Welcome back, Commanders. My name is Alchrist, and today I'll be briefing you on your brand new T-Doll, the Elmo's Medic, Kolfny. Kolfny is a support pistol whipping first aid T-Doll. She specializes in keeping her team healthy, and all of her abilities are based around healing and restoring stability. I will mention that in all my guides I will be referring to Confected's index as skill points, since this is much easier to understand. Kolfny has two methods of generating skill points, starting with the passive Medical Contingency. When an enemy takes targeted damage from an ally, she will perform an action support, dealing physical damage equal to 80% of her attack and reducing their stability by 3. She then gives the ally that triggered her support action attack up for 2 turns, increasing their attack by 10%. She will then gain 1 skill point. This can only trigger once per turn. If she heals an ally that is stability broken, her passive will restore an additional 2 stability. This has a 2-turn cooldown. Kolfny's second method of generating skill points is her active skill 1, Crisis Aid, which costs no skill points or has any cooldown. She selects one ally within 6 tiles, restoring their HP equal to 100% of her attack, and applies 2 support buffs, lasting 1 turn. The first one being Continuous Healing, which restores 20% of their max HP at the end of their turn, and Continuous Stability Regen, which restores 1 stability at the end of their turn. Kolfny will then gain 1 skill point. Kolfny's active skill 2 is Battlefield Glow, which has a 1-turn cooldown. She attacks an enemy up to 6 tiles away and deals hydro damage equal to 130% of her attack and reducing 4 stability. She then restores HP equal to 100% of her attack to the lowest HP ally on the field. This heal actually has no range and she'll throw her heal bomb across the field. Very ideal for T-Dolls that love running ahead and flanking from afar. Kolfny's basic attack is Quick Reaction. It has a range of 6 and deals physical damage equal to 80% of her attack and reducing 3 stability. Kolfny's ultimate is Emergency Treatment, which costs 2 skill points. She selects one ally within 8 range and restores their HP equal to 140% of her attack and restores 4 stability. She also cleanses 2 debuffs from them as well, including any taunts and fears. When deploying Kolfny onto the field, the key element to playing her is simply keeping her team alive. She has a multitude of ways to heal and stabilize her allies. Just keep in mind her turn order. For example, her active skill 1 lasts 1 turn. If she heals an ally before their action this turn, the continuous healing buff will trigger immediately after their action. However, if you use the active skill 1 after their action this turn, the regens will trigger after their action the following turn. So sometimes you might want the burst healing straight away, or you might want it last through the enemy turn. When it comes to a basic rotation, you want to use the active skill 2 on cooldown, as you can attack and heal at the same time. So use basic attack on turn 1, followed up by active skill 2 on turn 2, on turn 3, throw out a heal if you need, otherwise use basic. On turn 4, use active skill 2, and just keep repeating this cycle. On to her pros and cons. She performs a role well in that she can sustain a team by herself, and looking at healing output alone, she's probably currently the best in the game. She will never have downtime on her heals. Because all of her abilities heal, and her active skill 1 has no cost or have any cooldown, she will always have access to heals when you need it. She can even heal allies that are far away, and with the right key, can heal in an AoE. And she can actually do pretty well holding the front line on her own. As for her cons, she has a pretty weak offensive buff and doesn't deal enough damage on her own to make up for it. And her offensive buffs only works on her action support, which only triggers once, and sometimes twice once she reaches V2. Yeah, she's a healer, but while other sustains can deal some damage, she's basically hitting them with a pea shooter. Kolfny's best weapon is the Battle Pass, the Papa Figo. Its trait increases basic attack range by 1 and gains 1 skill point after attacking. Its effect is Mobile Cover, which increases healing and damage by 15% if Kolfny is at max HP. If you don't have the Battle Pass, you can use her namesake, the Curver. It has the same trait as the Papa Figo, and its effect, Agile Support, increases healing after dealing damage. And if an ally gets stability broken, her next healing skill will restore 1 additional stability. Her attachments are for the support archetype, focusing first on attack percent, attack, HP percent, and then defense percent. She won't deal any real damage no matter what, so focus first on her attack to scale her healing and then her own survivability. When it comes to which attachment sets to farm, her best set is Emergency Repair. If she heals an ally to full HP, she restores an additional 2 stability. This can only happen once per turn. When it comes to her fixed keys, the best ones to obtain are 201 Doctor's Orders. Her active skill 1 will add an additional 2 buffs, Defense Up and Shelter, increasing defense by 10% and stability damage reduction. And 401 Emergency Express. Her active skill 2 will now heal in an AoE, greatly improving her ability to solo sustain. Her third slot is flexible, just unlock the one you like most. 203 Quick Surgery will give her increased movement if an ally gets stability broken for the turn. 403 Combat Medic will increase her attack by 10% if she is above 80% HP. 601 Recovery at Rest will add a cleanse to her heals, removing a debuff. And 603 Fast Recovery increases a heal by 20% on any ally that is lower than half HP. Courtney's common key is Fabricated Life. Before using an active heal, she cleanses 1 debuff from the target. Other common keys she can steal is Yomi's Mission Blessing. If her HP drops below 80%, she will immediately heal 15% and gain defense up for 2 turns. She can also use Cheetah's Over-Engineered Invention, which will give a random buff to allies she heals. Otherwise, any common key that increases attack, defense, or HP will work. Next, we'll have a quick look at the fortifications. At V1, if her active skill 1 fully heals an ally, she will give a random buff for 2 turns. At V2, after using active skill 2, she will gain an extra action support for the turn. At V3, the stability recovery from a passive increases from 2 to 4. At V4, it is a giant mistranslation that took me a while to figure out. It says her ultimate stability index region increases by 1, but her ultimate doesn't have stability region. But I figured out that it actually increases the healing output by 10%, increasing it from 140% to 150%. At V5, the cooldown on a passive stability recovery reduces by 1 turn. And at V6, the ultimate restores an additional point of stability, going from 4 to 5. To finish off, we'll have a quick look at suitable teammates to field along Courtney. She pairs well with Tololo, as Courtney's active skill 2 is Hydrate and can contribute to stacking Tololo's passive. Otherwise, Courtney is a great sustain for any new players, and is fully capable of sustaining a team by herself. Here are some examples of team compositions. And that about wraps up this character briefing for Courtney. I hope this guide helps, and if you have any other suggestions on a build of teammates, make sure to leave a comment below. Until next time, Commanders.